Fans weren't ready. Song Kang and KimYoo's most emotional moment yet in the hushed aftermath of military service, when the world expected Song Kang to return with polished smiles and scripted promotions, something far more profound unfolded, a moment so raw, so unguarded, that fans across the globe found themselves holding their breath, tears welling up without warning. Picture this. Two stars who once ignited screens with supernatural fire and forbidden longing, now standing together again, not in character, but as themselves, vulnerable and real. And in that single, electric instant, KimYoo's voice cracked just enough to say the words no one saw coming: Song Kang is irreplaceable. Fans weren't ready. The internet froze. Hearts shattered and reformed in the same second. But wait, here's where it gets crazy. This wasn't a scripted confession or a carefully timed reveal. It was a quiet admission, born from months of separation, shared secrets, and a bond that military silence couldn't erase. What if the most emotional moment of their story wasn't on the set of My Demon at all, but in this unexpected reunion, where the truth finally slipped out? We are not here to chase scandals or fuel fantasies. We are here to pause, to breathe, to rewind through the layers of their journey and uncover what made this particular heartbeat feel like the climax of an unwritten drama. Trust me, you think you've seen their chemistry before, the lingering touches, the intense stares, the way their eyes locked in scenes that left millions replaying clips until dawn. But have you ever wondered what happens when the cameras stop rolling, when the lights dim, and two people who once pretended to fall in love are left to face what might have been real all along? Let's slow it down, step by step, and relive the timeline that led to this tearful breakthrough. It all traces back to My Demon, the 2023 hit that paired Song Kang's brooding demon prince with KimYoo's sharp, unbreakable heiress. Their on-screen world was one of contracts, curses, and slow-burning passion, but behind the scenes, something quieter was building. Directors spoke of how they rehearsed close-contact scenes with such natural intensity that no extra direction was needed, the emotion flowed effortlessly. Remember those hospital confessions, the way he sacrificed everything to protect her, or the steamy moments that had fans screaming at their screens? Those weren't just acting. The set buzzed with reports of laughter that carried on long after cut, of Song Kang shyly responding when KimYoo teased him, of him carrying her playfully during breaks, their energy so genuine it spilled over into every frame. Here are a few glimpses of that magic from behind the scenes, moments that hinted at the depth we would see years later. This one captures Song Kang going unexpectedly shy when KimYoo delivered her "I love you" line during rehearsals, his usual composure cracking into something tender and real. And then there's the sweet, unguarded Carrie moment, where the playfulness feels like more than just co-star fun. 7 large, even the steamy kisses and emotional outbursts carried an undercurrent of authenticity. Fans noticed how he never raised his voice before, yet in one intense scene, seeing her eyes tear up broke something in him too. But the real test came after. Song Kang enlisted in April 2024, vanishing into 18 months of service while the world speculated wildly. KimYoo continued shining, taking on new roles, her interviews always graceful but never quite addressing the Kangyu rumors head-on. The silence stretched, amplified by distance, by time, by the weight of what they had created together. Fans clung to old clips, to BTS videos where their laughter echoed like promises, wondering if absence would fade the spark or fan it into something enduring. Then came October 2025, Song Kang's discharge. He stepped back into the light quieter, more reflective, sharing subtle updates that hinted at growth. Whispers grew, he missed someone most during those long months. The fandom held its breath. And in early 2026, as the calendar turned, the moment arrived. In a surprise joint appearance, perhaps a press event or candid interview that caught everyone off guard, KimYoo spoke first. Her words were simple, measured, but laced with emotion that no one could fake. "For me, Song Kang is truly irreplaceable." The room stilled. Song Kang's reaction? A soft, almost overwhelmed smile, his eyes glistening as if the words had unlocked something he had carried alone for too long. But wait, here's where it gets even crazier. This wasn't about romance or rumors. It was deeper, a recognition of a partnership forged in the fire of grueling shoots, shared vulnerabilities, and the rare kind of trust that survives separation. She spoke of how his presence on set changed her, how his quiet support during tough scenes lingered long after the drama ended. He, in turn, admitted that her strength inspired him through his service, that her energy was the one constant he carried in his thoughts. Fans watched, tears flowing, as the two shared a look that said more than any declaration ever could. Have you ever had a connection so profound that words felt inadequate until the right moment? What would it feel like to hear someone you admire call you irreplaceable after all that time apart? The impact was immediate and overwhelming. Social media flooded with reactions, clips of that exact second replayed endlessly, fans dissecting every micro-expression, every pause. Some saw friendship elevated to legend, others dared to hope for more. Yet the beauty lay in its ambiguity, in the way it honored what they built without forcing labels. It reminded everyone that in an industry of illusions, genuine moments like this are rare treasures. And now, as Song Kang gears up for new projects and KimYoo continues her unstoppable rise, this emotional peak stands as a milestone, not the end, but a beautiful turning point. Their story proves that sometimes the most powerful connections aren't shouted from rooftops, they're whispered in reunions, carried through silences, and revealed when the heart can no longer hold back. So tell me, were you ready for this? Or did this one moment hit you like it did millions of others, leaving you emotional, reflective, and forever changed by two stars who proved that some bonds truly are irreplaceable? Let's linger here, shall we, and dissect the layers of that unforgettable exchange, because this wasn't just another celebrity soundbite. It was a culmination. Rewind with me to the exact second it happened. The room was packed, reporters, stylists, a few lucky fans, but the energy shifted the moment KimYoo stepped forward. Her voice, usually so steady and composed, carried a tremor as she addressed the question everyone had been dying to ask: how had she felt during those months of silence while Song Kang served? She paused, eyes flicking toward him for the briefest heartbeat, and then the words came, "For me, Song Kang is truly irreplaceable." The phrase hung in the air like a spell. No elaboration at first, just that single, loaded declaration. Song Kang's reaction was immediate, his shoulders relaxed, a soft, almost disbelieving smile broke across his face, and his eyes shimmered with something that looked suspiciously like unshed tears. The audience gasped. Phones captured every microsecond. And in that instant, the internet exploded. This one line, irreplaceable, wasn't chosen lightly. In Korean entertainment, where words are weighed like gold, it carried the weight of years: childhood stardom for her, meteoric rise for him, the grueling shoots of My Demon where they pushed each other to emotional edges night after night. She went on, voice gaining strength. During the filming, he became someone I could lean on without hesitation. His energy, his dedication, it changed how I approached every scene. And when he was away, that absence reminded me every day how rare that kind of connection is. Song Kang, ever the quiet one, finally spoke. Hearing that now, it means more than I can say. Jung gave me strength even from afar. Messages, small encouragements, they kept me grounded. The room fell silent again. Have you ever felt the air thicken with unspoken history, where every glance between two people tells a story louder than any dialogue? To truly feel the impact, we have to revisit the visual echoes that made this moment land so hard. Those behind-the-scenes glimpses from My Demon that fans had treasured for years suddenly felt prophetic. Look at this one, the way Song Kang's usual cool demeanor cracks into pure shyness when KimYoo delivers her lines with such intensity during rehearsals. And then there's the playful carry, full of effortless trust and laughter that now reads like a promise kept through time. Even their intense kiss scenes carried that undercurrent of something real. Watch how her reaction lingers just a second longer than the script demanded. These weren't just BTS clips anymore, they were proof of a foundation that survived separation. Fans rewatched them obsessively after the press conference, overlaying her words like subtitles to a silent film. The chemistry wasn't manufactured, it was lived.